If you think eco and sustainability labeling at grocery stores is both a marketing and PR exercise that took hold over the past 5 years, you may not be familiar with Switzerland's Coop. Having made local provenance and the environment a cornerstone of its retail philosophy for almost 2 decades, Coop is now rethinking the design philosophy of its stores across Switzerland. With 1,739 units as of mid-January this year, we visited their new agenda-setting outlet in Schönenwald and spoke to their head of marketing and purchasing at our bureau in Zurich. Mr. Peritz, thanks for joining us. To start, you're in a very interesting position because you sit in one of the most affluent countries in the world, and at the same time, where in many other nations, people who are in your business, there are 5 or 6 competitors. You've got something of a duopoly in this country. You've got another very strong competitor who has an orange logo, and there's Coop. Can you tell me, what is your position, and really what is the offer in the Swiss market? What makes you different?
I think our position is mainly based on quality. We have, I think, the widest assortment in the country. And our main position is, of course, in all sustainable assortments that we have. I mean, we carry 15 brands which are focused on sustainability, and we built this up since the 1990s. So I think we have a very strong position and a very unique position too.
I mean, given your scale, and if I recall, and when I first started spending a lot of time in Switzerland, it really struck me that you were doing something which I wasn't seeing in the UK or Germany or even the United States at that time. Where did it start with labeling the products this way? I mean, was it solely a marketing idea, or was it driven by wanting to support local farmers? What was the origin of it?
I think the beginning was in the 90s when we were thinking about what will be the future within the next 10 years. Where will the customers have their really strong demands, and what are the problems also, and what are the problems of this planet? And we thought already in the 90s that the customers will more and more be interested to know about where do the products come from, who produced the product. Is it a organic production? Is it a normal production? Is it produced in China or in the Swiss mountains? Things like this. And we believed strongly in this customer's attitude.
What initiatives are you doing when you think of the bricks and mortars of the store as well? Because obviously it's great to have sustainable products and an eco message on the shelves, but does that extend to architecture as well in your business?
Yeah, we have a great strong point on also energy efficiency. And we just now started with one store in Schönenwald, which was built on the Menergy standard. And this will also be our future standard for all our stores. So we try to go with all our new buildings in this direction of Menergy standards.
Which means, maybe just define the Menergy standard for me. What does...
We get the heat out of the planet. I mean, so
you've drilled
down into the earth, I think around 30 to 40 meters, and you get the heat out of your, how you say, your...
the Earth's core, yeah.
The Earth's core. And costs are higher, this is clear, but our calculation shows that within 3 years we get the money back. So already within 3 years we have financed this amount.
Tell me a little bit about the new store, though. If you walk through the space, what are some of the interesting features that have been applied from a sustainability perspective?
I think one of the important points is to have quite a lot of daylight in the store and still have a good coverage of the sun. I think this is an element which is quite important, because you never know if you look into the future how long we will have enough electricity to have just the synthetic light in your store. And we think also that from the point of view of how you present your goods, daylight gives a much more attractive atmosphere to your assortment.
Let me ask you, if I look to the north of where we're sitting now, if we look to Germany, And that is a country which is in desperate need of some good grocery stores. I mean, people might say that, yes, we can admire what Lidl have done, etc., but they don't seem like quality propositions. And you know, it is amazing for what is Europe's biggest market that there are no strong quality brands. For a Coop, is there a point that you go beyond your borders, do you think? Not just selling products to places, but actually building your own stores?
It's a difficult question. I think for the next years we have enough to do in Switzerland. The market shares that we have...
Just with 7 million people?
Just with 7 million people. I mean, we still have market shares which we can build up. We still have things we can do better. We still have sales that we can increase. We can gain new people in our stores. We can really do it better. I think this is our first point. Maybe, I don't know, in the future, if we have right partners abroad, who knows, it could be an opportunity for us. But this is not something which is top of mind at the moment.
Finally, will widespread Sunday shopping every Sunday of the year happen in this country?
I'm not so sure. I think Swiss government is quite conservative, and I think this will last a few years. But I think it will happen one day, because you can see already now, when you look at the convenience shops which have open in the evening, which have open on Sundays, I mean, they are packed with people, and people live differently today than they lived 10 years ago. They have other working hours, and they want to shop then when they have more time and when they can buy stresslessly. And I think it will happen one day, but don't ask me exactly on which date.
Great. Mr. Peritz, thank you very much for chatting to us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Brûlé.
Thank you.